Hi everyone, my name is Carmen Rodriguez. I'm sure everybody in this room has had at least once where they felt they had overplayed their hand or did more than somebody else was doing for them. Maybe you could even say overwhelming yourself or even hurt yourself to please others. Maybe you let somebody borrow money or borrow something from you um, and they didn't show appreciation for it, or maybe you let a coworker give them some advice on something, and when the boss came and complimented them, they didn't give you your credit for it. They didn't show no appreciation for you. um I know some people will do the same for you and others not so much. So you could hurt yourself helping somebody else and they might do the same for you. I know, for example, my brother and my sister, we're very close, so we have a relationship like that. I always try to help them and they'll help me. Other people, I'd have better luck talking to a wall than them or asking them for something. Um, but the ones that I did do stuff for, they appreciated it. They showed their appreciation. We try to help people just like any good person would. I that's where I feel like that's my problem. I do try to overplay my hand and help people out, and they wouldn't do the same for me. Especially with friends and family, you will probably go the extra mile for them than you would a stranger, perhaps. But the more we do for others, we're going to hurt ourselves in the end sometimes because they won't do the same for us. Excuse me. And the ones that we're genuine about it, and it kind of hurts because no appreciation was shown towards that gesture. So today I'll be showing two examples of people pleasers, what I would call myself, that ended up shorthanded in the long run. First will be the Aesop's fable, The Man and His Two Sweethearts. And the next story will be my own. I didn't go bald physically, but I felt if I would have stayed any longer, maybe I would have. Okay, I don't think this story is too popular. I don't think it's common because I've never heard of it, but we can read into it. It's from the website aesopfables.com, and it tells of a man that had two ladies that he curtsied at the same time. So he was trying to get the best of both worlds. He wanted two. Because of this, he ended up losing his hair. Now, it makes you wonder, was the baldness because he was trying to fancy two ladies at the same time? I think that could happen. Okay, it was fun and joyous, but it became pain for the man because he ended up going bald. Okay, so in the summary of Aesop, it was the man and his two sweethearts, and it was an older lady that he curtsied, and it was a younger lady that he had curtsied. And the older lady told him, well, I don't want you coming up here with your black dark hair because I want it to make you look like you're an older fella with me. I don't want to be embarrassed and like I have a younger fella. So you have to pick out your black hairs. The younger lady wanted him to pick out his gray hairs because she didn't want to be seen with an older man. So he had his black hair took out, his gray hairs took out, and he became bald. Okay, and the summary of that was to show that those who please everybody please nobody. Okay, so now we'll get into my story. I live with my when I lived with my now husband and his parents from ages 16 to 19. Uh, some see that as a problem, but that wasn't even the main problem, or my main problem at least. I was responsible for my age, even though I did end up getting pregnant at the age of 16. I had my little girl, but I found a job. I got my first car at 17. I graduated 2 years early, even though I had got pregnant at such a young age. And I started a savings account, and I still have that same savings account till this day. So, but on top of all that, my problem was at 17 years old, I had more responsibilities on me, the ones that I just named, and plus more once I felt like I would go back home to my safe place. What I mean by that is when I just say I worked an 8-hour shift, I had to come home and take care of my little girl. I was also I had just enrolled in college, so I was doing my online courses for college too. I had to cook for everybody in the house. So it was me, my husband, our little girl, my husband's mother, her boyfriend, her other two kids. Once I got done cooking, I had to clean up the kitchen. I swept, mopped, vacuumed, took out the trash. Basically, all the household responsibilities had fell on me. I felt like I knew me staying there that I needed to pull my weight, but I felt like I was pulling my weight plus everybody else's, and I already had a lot on me at the time. So once I moved out, I realized that they didn't help because I did it. I just handed it to them. So why would they do it? And I was already doing it all. And that I guess they realized too. Well, nobody's here now, so it still has to be done. So I felt used and unappreciated, and I was hurting myself trying to help other people. And it relates back to the man and his two sweethearts because he was doing the same thing. Even though he was having fun while doing it, I wouldn't say I was having fun, but he was doing it and he was hurting himself. So I think they both tell valuable lessons that you can't do more and more and more for other people, and you're still going to wind up hurting yourself in the end. Thank you. And does anybody have any questions?